Do it.
All right. I believe we are live.
There we are. I mean, I don't know yet.
Oh, I think we're live. How's everything
Yeah,
sound?
it
Looks like I'm getting good levels in OBS here.
Yeah, looking good. I'm a little washed out, but that's okay.
I don't know what's causing that. It looks like it's coming in over. It looks stylistic though. It looks like
it's probably just my webcam.
Yeah, it looks like you've got like one of those newfangled filters that all the kids use these days.
Yeah.
It looks artsy.
Well, it's not intentional. You can see my PVMs in the background, and look at off to like next to my head on the right side of my head. You can see my new little 9-inch PVM that I got yesterday.
Is it a BVM?
It is a BVM, but it's like a PVM. I don't know why it has a BVM, like why it's called a BVM.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the BVMs I've used have a problem with my PC engine, and this has no problem.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I mean, it's a BVM. It says it's a BVM, but it's like a Trinitron on the front and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it like screams PVM.
Interesting. Well, you know, that's an issue that we've had with the Extron box as well as the PC engine. I was just testing that out recently, and I don't know what the deal with that is.
See, I think that I mean, you've been having issues with it, but I think that I avoid that issue by going through using the G-SCART into my Extron.
Well, I do use the G-SCART into the Extron. Well,
really?
It goes G-SCART to 20L5 to Extron to then OSSC and the 20L2 and a bunch of other locations.
Interesting. I mean, it was like I don't have any problem with that stuff.
Well, so I am in the middle of working on the PS2 episode, and I wish middle was was really where I was.
Right.
But you know, it's still early days for the editing and shooting process. But I feel like I'm making some solid progress. I'm kind of working on what I expect to be the hardest part of that episode, because it's kind of the part that's talking about 480i, and I felt like it was really important to discuss like what 480i looks like on a consumer CRT and different PVMs and on HDTV and through different upscalers and different deinterlacing techniques, because that's like more than the cables. Like that's the PS2, that's the video quality story with PS2 is where does 480i look the best? And you know, and what are you willing to tolerate in terms of how it looks when it's upscaled and stuff like that? Right. So anyway, that section is just complicated because I'm having to shoot a lot of footage off of CRTs. And it's a little different from how we normally shoot footage off of CRTs, because we normally shoot that at 30 frames per second off of a CRT for like 240p content. Or even really for any other resolution, even if it's 60 frames a game, I think if it's like shot off of a screen, it's okay for it to be 30 frames.
Right.
Because we sync up the refresh to the output. So we don't
which is something that our cameras, I'm not sure how many other cameras have it, but it was like a big, I mean, I guess you didn't even realize that you had it until like after you had the camera.
No, because I actually didn't have that bad of a time
with your old one,
with my old camera in terms of CRTs. Right. At times I did, but I was able to work around it pretty easily. But here, I have to shoot at 60 frames per second, or else you won't get the interlaced effect. If I shoot at 30 frames, interlaced stuff will look like 240p, because you'll see like blank gaps where you know it's shutting off every other field. So I have to shoot at 60 frames, which means I can't sync it, because you can't use the sync for a frame rate lower than 60 in that case. And it's technically, 59.9 whatever. So yeah, it's tricky, and so you know, I'm getting, you know, just depending on how it syncs to the camera, I might have like, you know, a refresh line in the middle of the screen. I have to turn the camera on and off until it syncs up. And what's been really annoying is I've been trying some shots where I've got like both PVMs in the shot, and the refresh line will be in a different spot. And so
yeah, they don't match up.
So what I ended up doing in one or two cases was I drew a mask, and I took the part of the shot on one screen where the refresh line was gone, and then matched them up on the other screen.
You did a lot of that with the Game Boy episode.
Yes, you're right. I forgot about that. I did that for when I was comparing like games on two different Game Boy systems. Usually, I borrowed some games from a friend so that I would have two copies of various games for comparing. But it was still like impossible to line them up exactly. So
right.
I did
it
that.
was throwing the same thing on each unit.
I lined,
frame.
I just took two layers, lined them up on the layers, and then drew the mask so that you could see through it.
Right.
But yeah. So anyway,
so this is like kind of mimicking Game Boy and more than just length.
Yeah. But I mean, there's really, you know, that's a minor part of the episode. That was just the thing that I don't know. I'm doing so many stupid things just because I can, because between everything that I'm borrowing, I've got in the house like 2 PS2 Fats, 3 PS2 Slims, 2 PS3 Fats. Like, I've got so many ways to play frickin' PS2 games right now. And so I'm just like, oh, well, let's have like different things on every screen, and it's stupid. But yeah, so, you know, one thing that we always have a problem with in RGB episodes is we want to show a wide variety of games, and we're always kind of like, we're always in such a rush trying to make these episodes because it's such a huge quantity of footage that you need to get. And oftentimes I'm capturing like for a specific shot. So I'm thinking, okay, I need an example of a game that I can quickly access to show this or show that. This sort of effect, or, you know, what sort of thing would show this thing we're talking about well. But it ends up being so much stuff in the early game, or, you know, we might have an old save. Some of my PS2 saves are missing, unfortunately. You know, I just realized earlier today, I think I played Suikoden 5 on my Metal Gear Solid 4 bundle PS3, which died, so I probably don't have that save backed up anywhere, and I probably lost a number of other PS2 saves because of that system dying. But
yeah, I mean, I guess I backed up all my saves, and I backed them to a SD card from there.
Yeah, I should have, and I need to, like, my PS2 save situation is very disorganized at the moment. And I need to fix that. But anyway, so
so you're just gonna play like some random
PS2
games.
I'm just gonna play some random PS2 games. You know, I'm gonna be skipping the story scenes and stuff. I just want to get like to where I can get like a save point or two into various games, so that I've got more material to show in the episode. So what we're doing here tonight, we're really working on the PS2 episode. We're just taking a break and playing some games instead. So let me throw something in the system.
But the PS2 episode is still, like, you know, it's a little ways off. And I am kind of in a rush, like, trying to do, like, another episode in the meantime. I'm going, my next episode, it's probably going to be, like, next weekend or a little bit beyond next weekend. I know it's, like, a huge gap in between episodes. But I don't think that we thought that it was going to get to this point. Well, like, turn out where I've, like, edited the last three episodes. But
it just took me so long to like actually finish researching and writing the script.
So I'm going to be doing an episode on the Saturn SD card reader, the Rhea and the Phoebe. we're gonna be doing like some experiments with a couple of like maybe some shorter episodes on little things here and there coming up soon. I think that, you know, like there's some like random episodes that I just want to do that are like not long, like you know, there's not a lot of material to cover in them, and I think that it's just like it's been very difficult, I think, for us to kind of like, at least for me, to like let go and be like, you know, it's okay if we're doing like a shorter episode.
Hey, I mean, I
love
it when I end up making a shorter one.
Oh, I know you're playing.
this
I got the bug bad right now for Ease.
I know you just finished Ease 8, and you were like, it's the best Ease game.
Yes, I was resisting for a long time. I was really resisting. I was like, it can't be better than Oath of Felghana, because Oath of Felghana is like, it's interesting because it took one of the worst games in the series and made the best game.
Yeah.
It just like has amazing soundtrack. It's quick. I mean, it's like 8 hours long. A lot of replayability. You know, like a good like new game plus.
I want to just talk about for a second how bad the FMVs are in this version of the game.
I guess it was Sony made them do this.
I guess it's not surprising.
Same thing with the 3D characters when you're playing.
What do you mean?
So when you're actually playing the game, like the characters, you know, like
they're
the
3D models.
They're 3D models, but
are they not in the original version?
No, they're like they are in Oath of Felghana and Origin.
Interesting. Well, I think they look really good in this, actually.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty cool, but I actually personally, you know, like revisiting this after kind of playing a bit at Origin recently, and I was like, I don't know.
I mean, I think it looks... I was surprised. Like, I didn't think I was going to like the look of this game that much, but, I mean, I've just messed around in the beginning here before. And I apologize that I'm skipping story scenes and stuff. Please know this is not something that I normally do. But, you know, PS2 is a difficult system to gather material for, just because of the generation it was. You know, there's always got to be a big story setup. Games are very story-driven now compared to other systems that we've done RGB episodes on. You know, skipping cutscenes is not standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a little difficult, and that's why, you know, I would love to show more from this game. So that's, you know, I'm just going to see if I can, you know, get a save point or two into this game, and that'll just, you know, make it a lot easier to show some stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so in the original version, are the environments 3D, but the characters
right. I mean, it uses the engine. This was the first one that uses the engine that Oath of Felghana and Origins.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised that they were able. I wonder how much work it was. I'm just sort of surprised that they were able to.
I feel like Konami probably did it because they published it. So
like,
I mean,
I feel like Adol like actually looks really good. Like
the other big thing is that. Like the armor changes like reflect on him. Like when you get new armor, the character changes.
Is that not in the original version?
No, he always like looks like his typical typical red and silver armor.
Like you know, when I first turned the game on, like I thought Adol almost looked. I mean, it's just because it zoomed so far out, but. I almost looked pre-rendered, but he's not. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's actually a pretty solid look.
Yeah, I think I was playing this the other day for some reason, and like the full screen portraits of the NPCs when they talk to you, like
they're like really super blurry.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's lots of important things to do in the town, but that's not important right now.
Yeah. But I definitely have. pretty into Ys right now. Like, and you know, I have to admit, you know, like I did start the series with like the first. I was just looking at earlier as I did start with the Master System game, so I'm not like very like a newcomer to the series at all. I do know that this game came out the same day as Contra's Shattered Soldier, and I remember seeing it at the store. And when I was getting Shattered Soldier, that's like a hard thing to say on the row. Shattered Soldier. That's like a shattered soul. You want to say shattered soldier? I
actually say Contra Shattered Soldier in the video. I say that out loud.
Well, it sounds much better. Like it's much easier for you to say it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, as far as I know, because I remember thinking like, I can't believe like, because this was the first Ys game that was released in the U.S. since 3 on the Genesis and Super NES. Which you know the Genesis version of 3 is like it's pretty expensive.
Really?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that recently.
Do you have it?
No, I don't. I was looking for it recently, and like a complete copy is like up there, like up towards $100.
Wow.
And like the Super NES version is real cheap.
This, let's see, is it? It's not this. I think it's Ys 5 that is the first game to have an attack button, right?
No. Wait, this one? You thought this one was?
Ys 5 is the first one with an attack button, right?
I'm pretty sure that the side-scrolling sections of 3 had an attack button.
Oh, that's right. But 4 went back to the bump style, the original versions.
Yes, because 3 was not well received at all.
Mm.
And so it's kind of a typical thing to happen when a game in a series does not do well. It's like, okay, we're going to do the other one. We're going to go back to the style that everyone knows. And it's also going to take place before the game that nobody likes. Because that's happened with Devil May Cry. Like, everyone hated the second one.
Oh, yeah.
And they say, oh, part 2 is like set off like so far in the future. Everything that's going to ever come out like after that is like going to be before Devil May Cry 2. So... But yeah, I mean, both versions moved back to the bump system.
I never liked the bump system.
See, I have no problem with it. I guess that's my Master System.
I'm open to the idea in theory, but I couldn't. The versions I played of 1 and 2 are the PSP versions.
You never played the TurboGrafx 16 version?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you should get it. It's not super expensive. I feel like that's something you should have.
You're talking about the book 1 and 2 CD version, right?
Right.
I thought it was expensive for some reason.
I mean, I think I saw it's like I feel like I saw one for like $35 or other.
Oh, I mean, I should definitely have it if. That version was on Virtual Console.
Yes, and it was the first game on Virtual Console, the TurboGrafx game, that they removed that blurring filter from.
Oh, I think I only played maybe 2 TurboGrafx games on Virtual Console, and I'm pretty sure they were both blurry. Dragon's Trap and
Newtopia, right?
Oh yeah, Newtopia. Yeah. Okay, so I played a few more because I also played Bomberman 93. I forgot I played Newtopia on Virtual Console.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna be working on an Ys video as soon as I finish this. I was gonna do it next, but I realized, I don't want it to be like a month between episodes. It's kind of a different style, I think. We're pretty excited about it, though.
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere really meaningful beyond that first save already made. Will this recover my health? Okay.
I love the music here, though.
You sent me this to use in the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't put it in yet. I'll put it in one of your sections.
It's a bit more. I mean, it's not like as intense as a first
area usually is. Yeah, like I love the first area in E7.
Yeah. Man, you're gonna
Mother
like
Altago or something like that.
Right.
Like that's like, for me, that's probably like the premiere song in whenever we do a PSP episode.
Well, I just wait till you play 8, because like the first fighting area in that is like, it's so good. It is so good. And it was like the only track that I really knew from the game going into it. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna how I was gonna feel about the rest of the soundtrack. But it's because it didn't like grab me when I kind of skipped through it.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, after I was originally I kind of wanted to tell this story in the soundtracks episode.
Rondo Blood is not blurry on the Virtual Console. Just so you know. Someone was saying, please tell me it's not. It's not.
After I listened to Final Fantasy X soundtrack and 12 soundtrack before playing the game, I kind of like, I don't really like listening to a soundtrack, or at least not the whole thing. But I try to like not listen to much like before a game comes out, because like I felt like without having the context of those games, like the soundtrack didn't make as much of an impact.
Yeah.
And to this day, Final Fantasy X soundtrack, don't get me wrong, there are some fantastic tracks, but overall, one of my least favorite Final Fantasy soundtracks. 12, it didn't make an impact on me when I listened to it, but then after playing the game, it did. But yeah, I as a rule don't do that. But actually playing Ys 8, you say that it
oh yeah, the soundtrack is great. I really want to buy it now. I haven't bought a soundtrack in a long time. I mean, like I think it's safe to say that like it's been a long time since the game like really made an impression on me. Where I was like, I wanted to like drag it out for as long as I could.
Yeah, like, I mean, you've been saying lately that a lot of modern games aren't really getting you excited lately. So it's cool to see that this one really did it for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is a modern game, but it has a lot of classic sensibilities, I think, and like a feel to it that like, because Falcom, like the people working on the game, they're not like a huge team, so it doesn't feel like you feel like everyone was involved in everything. Not that like certain portions were farmed out to like a team in a different country or something like that.
This game, by the way, does have, I believe, I don't know.
This is my favorite of the original 3, of the first 3.
I like the original the best, aside from the fact that the controls aren't quite what I wish they were. Are there camera? Let's see.
Yeah, I saw, you just looked at it. You saw it there.
Oh, and there is a widescreen. I'll turn on. Wait, are you saying there's 480p in here?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it might have to be a button combination, the X and triangle.
I played this on the HD collection.
Yeah, well, this one, it just like worked for me so much because I felt like the action was, like that typical Ratchet and Clank feel of like being able to strafe easily. And this is, the one that really pioneered that after the first one. So it just...
Is there a way to... Oh, I guess not.
Felt fun to play.
There's no... I don't think there's a way to put put firing on trigger.
No, because you got to strafe. You just hold down R1 and you'll like lock into a position.
Oh, I see. Maybe you couldn't. Maybe I forget if the PS3 version let you fire with a shoulder button.
I don't think so. It might have been added to like R1 in later games. Maybe not on this one.
Yeah.
I feel like it is on R1 in a few of them. Well, there's a lot of OSSC 1.6 talk going on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people are getting theirs.
Well, this is on the Frame Meister because I don't think Bob de-interlacing would look too good on a stream.
Yeah. Which you talk about a bit in the PS2 episode. The PS2 episode has a lot of stuff just about, as you like to say, like coming to terms with 480i.
Yeah, because that's like the reality of the PS2. Like that's
and
the main
generation. It had to be covered someplace.
Yeah.
In its generation.
I mean, we didn't really talk about a whole lot in like the GameCube episode, for instance, because I mean, you know, we're really building up to 480p. But I almost have got to say, like, I'm kind of torn, like, between whether I prefer the look of on the PVMs, whether I prefer the look of 480i or 480p, because sometimes 480p looks really jaggy.
Dark. Or it's
dark.
really dark.
You have to like adjust it too. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like as time has gone on, I feel that I'd rather play 480i on the PVMs. I just think it looks better.
Yeah,
but
it's like it's
I guess
softer.
for game stuff,
like
I think
the edges are just sort of softer looking.
Yeah, you know, like I think GameCube in 480p on a PVM looks better. Like I like playing that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was, you know,
but the PS2 specifically, I think 480i is where it's at.
I just was playing some Xbox in 480p to grab a shot, just to illustrate the point of GameCube and Xbox games had 480p support more commonly than PS2 games. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite shots in the video so far, because it's the Bard's Tale, and
yeah.
Well, like my favorite thing about that game is walking up to the cows or whatever the heck they are, and you walk up to him and press the X button, and he shoves them over. It's hilarious.
So you, just for this episode, but I don't know if you're gonna like talk about it too much in this episode. There's a lot of people talking about it recently. Is you just got one of those, the Marseille
mm-hmm.
or Marseille HDMI cables. And what did you tested some stuff with it?
I did do some tests. It's such a pain in the neck to use, really, because of, like, it doesn't really work through some of my switchers very well. I did get to work through the splitters.
The splitters?
Yeah. But I so far I've only really like done captures with like one modern-ish game. I set the Xbox 360 to 720p and captured some Fallout New Vegas, and it's like it looks pretty good in that. Like, I can't deny that it's like, at least at a glance, a bit of an improvement. I think it messes with the color depth a bit, because I see like in my capture sort of looks like some banding, maybe a little bit on the Fallout clips.
Right.
But in all other regards, like, it looks like an improved image. So yeah, it's hard to say. I'd like to test it out a lot more with like some 720p games and some 1080p games. Doesn't work in 2160p, so it's not very useful with like the PS4 Pro and stuff. Oh, I guess we left the planet. That's good. Let's land on another planet and save, and that'll give me a new environment to show in the video. Yeah, so the reason I got it now, I mean, first of all, the next episode I'm going to do is, this is a rainy planet. This isn't necessarily a nice place to have unlocked for video purposes. It looks like there's a building. That is not grass. That is not grass.
Oh, do you die?
I jumped off into this.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I feel like something like that might be good to just do like a short little video on.
Yeah, but I wanted to get, because I think it would be a good thing to include in the 4K TV episode, because
right.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to go that into depth on it in that episode, but I would at least like to say, hey, here's the effect it has on 720p games. Here's the effect it has on 1080p games. Does it make a positive effect on 480p games? That's the reason that I got it for this episode. Well, 480p and 480i. Of course, the trouble is you have to convert stuff to HDMI. So I had trouble using it out of the OSSC. That's not to say it wouldn't work. I just need to maybe test a little bit more. At first, I had trouble getting it to work on my 4K TV at all. And then it started working, and I don't know what changed. It didn't give me any trouble on my 1080p TV. But anyway, so yeah, it seems interesting. I show in the episode what it looks like when you are doing the anti-aliasing for 480i or 480p via the FrameMeister, and it actually, I mean, it looks interesting. It very much looks interesting. I don't really see myself using it necessarily, but it definitely looks interesting. I'm even going to show what it looks like when you use it with the PS3
right.
for PS1 games or PS2 games. So,
but I think it could probably get its own episode, like if you needed to do something pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
So I think the only person that's really done anything on it is that Linus Tech Tips guy, and I know that he has like, I want to say like 1 million subscribers or something like that. Yeah. And they tried it on a bunch of different stuff. Like he's pretty thorough. But
the big
we might be able to have
that
different
video is that he used Deus Ex. The new Deus Ex is one of his test games, and that game has this very weird sharpening filter. Like it's an inherent part of the game's makeup. I don't know if you can turn it off on the PC version. Maybe I haven't played, but I just remembered from Digital Foundry's article. Like it's got this sharpening filter, so there's like these like halos like naturally in the game. So it's like it's not a good game for using as a test game.
I see.
But yeah, I mean it's interesting. Why did things go away? Why is there no
I don't. Sometimes this happens with me with my FrameMeister where it just doesn't resync at all.
Yeah, and then you just have to like hit the input again or something.
Yeah.
There we go. So this is a game that I used to have. I didn't play super far.
Oh, I almost. Well, this is gonna take you a little while.
Well,
yeah, I'd probably be better off.
I just want to get to a save point.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, I have an end game save for this.
Oh, okay. Well,
where I can go anywhere in the world.
I'll get, like, I know at the beginning of this game you play as the girl, which I've actually already captured a clip from the beginning of the game here.
My finish time on this was 66 hours.
Wow. The combat actually seems, I mean, I don't quite have a handle on it, but it seems decent, actually.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a really fun game.
Like, I don't like Rogue Galaxy very much at all.
No, I think, based on what I played of Rogue Galaxy to capture for you, I mean, I think that this is probably better.
Like, I want to give this game another chance because
I think you'd like it.
it was, like...
It's got time travel in it.
Spoilers. I didn't know that. That's exciting.
It's like a...
Like,
I mean, it's like a major part of this. Like it's obvious early on.
Like, randomized dungeons were like a big no-no at the time for me, and it's not that... I mean, it's not that I definitely don't prefer it, but I'm more open-minded about it now.
Yeah, well, I don't prefer it either. Like, especially for like when, say, like Limited Run puts a game up and I see like,
then it's procedural generation or something.
Yeah, that's like immediately like makes me not want it.
Yeah.
But you know, like this, it has, you know, like the dungeons are random, but they're done in a way where you can kind of progress at your own pace, and each like little area is like, it's just like running around and fighting guys and getting to the end. It's not even, there's no puzzles really or anything. They're all really easy to do.
Yeah. I want to give this game another chance. You know, I don't like that many level 5 games. And I really want to because I like their style, I like their look, I like their music. You know, I like everything about them, but I tend to not really like the gameplay.
Yeah.
And, you know, the big exception to that is Dragon Quest 8. And to an extent, 9. I mean, obviously 9 is really good too, but I greatly prefer 8. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. But at least I got a save point. I was hoping I could get
Try will
the
definitely
town.
not be playing Street Fighter Alpha Anthology tonight, but it will be in the episode. I will be capturing. I have it. I think it's fantastic.
Is that a 240p game?
No, but it does have 480p. This is all through the FrameMeister.
Yeah.
Tonight, because I mean, you would want to capture in 1080, right, or in 5x, and we can't do that with the AverMedia. Doesn't work. Doesn't see it.
Well, you can't even do that with 480i anyway.
Right. Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
I just want to get into a different environment.
Well, you know what it's going to be.
I know. I remember. It's sewers.
Well, you know,
Could
my
have
favorite area.
Have a good old RPG sewer level.
Yeah, I'm starting it off with it.
Well, you recorded some just running around the town in this for some episode. I can't remember which one. I feel like it was to show some sort of 480i something.
Maybe.
Here, I'm gonna make it. Do you find yourself like when you're just playing a game but you're not recording it? Like, do you find yourself like making multiple saves, just thinking like, well, if I need something from like the middle of this game later?
Not as much as I should be, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do that a lot now.
I mean, I was doing that, like, I recorded almost my entire, like, 80% of my playthrough of Ys 8. Originally, I was going to do a video on the game itself.
Okay, this is a perfect area. This is lots of stuff lit up, lots of colorful things. This is a good place to be.
But Ys is interesting because it has a whole gallery where you can watch every cutscene in the game.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
right off the bat. And you can also go to any, you can just like warp to any area that you want as well.
Yeah, see, that's,
I mean, that's
well,
the thing.
you know,
Like
I found that with my Xenosaga 3 in-game save. Like like I'm inside this like ship or something, and there's like I can walk up to this crystal and I can go anywhere I want. So that's like a great game for, you know, showing some variety in.
And
so
this game has that. And you know, like you saying, like Ys, like you wanted to get later, like I mean, Ys you can obviously, and Ys 6, so I can get you anything from that as well.
Let's see. I know what I'm going to play next. This game I'm going to play, like I probably played like 10 minutes into it when all I was trying to do was like get a shot off, like an off CRT shot, but like this game is really dark, or at least the early areas are really dark, and I found it difficult to find a shot that made a CRT actually look good, because like the point I was trying to make was that, like, you know, because this game I feel like looks really cool on a CRT.
What is it going to be? This loading screen looks familiar.
Like this game.
It's not Britney's dance beat again, is it? Capcom presents. Oh yeah.
Like this game just
the first
feels
the area in
really
the first area in
good.
this is like really dark too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like super dark. Like it does not look good off of a CRT for some reason. Like not when you're shooting it with a camera.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to capture some of this and it just like looked, it's just too dark. This is where I realized, like, Pixel Purist, I had to lighten his profiles a bit because it's just so dark.
Like most games look fine, but this game is just really dark. Like, and hopefully it's just this area. Like,
this level goes on for a while. I mean, it's like the sun rises throughout it. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I got to like the second level and it was pretty similar, but you're like the village is on fire in the second level.
Right, that's true.
But I didn't save anything at the time. Like, it doesn't seem
it's
super
pretty good.
tough yet.
It's pretty good. You know, the camera is, in the first one at least, is like forced inversion, I think.
It is, but you know what's weird? Like, certain games of this generation, like, that doesn't bother me that much. Like Jak and Daxter, what's interesting is that the PS4 emulation, the PS2 Classics version on PS4, actually has the camera non-inverted. And there's no option in the game to change that. And for some reason, even though I like really haven't played Jak and Daxter like in a really long time, because I only beat it once, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like for some reason, I was just like naturally wanting to play it with inverted camera controls. I don't know, even though that's not my standard anymore. It just, sometimes when I put in a game of this generation, I'm just like, oh, okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not bothering
me.
me.
It's made certain things like very difficult for me to go back to, especially when there's like HD remakes or masters of certain games, because they always put that option in.
But even though we like kind of like really like the look of how PS2 games look on a CRT, like, do you see yourself ever like playing through a whole game on the PS2 if you've got a good HD port?
I've been thinking about that a bit recently, and I think that I do see myself doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
'Cause I'd rather play them, like, I just think that it'd be enjoyable on a PVM.
Yeah.
You gotta jump and thrust downwards, I think.
You might want to edit the line. I don't know if you read it yet in the script, but I originally wrote a section for me, and then, like, I realized that things were unbalanced, and so I shuffled things around a little bit. So it's now your section, but it says, it says something like, I can't really see myself playing the original version when playing through the original version when a good HD port exists.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just
I don't see myself playing the whole game if there's on the PS2 if there's an HD version, but
yeah.
But
I mean,
I will say though, that like you say, like I've really kind of come to appreciate, like almost now, like it's kind of weird, but I almost feel like PS2 is like the ultimate PVM system, which I definitely never thought of it that way before.
Yeah, I mean, it just like on regular CRTs and component, it looks really good too.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I spent a lot of time yesterday capturing was in component on a regular CRT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game is so dark. I'm just hoping, like, if I play a little ways into it.
It's not for a couple levels, at least.
Well, that's okay.
I mean,
I'm willing to play into this a couple of levels.
All right. Do you have the first one?
I don't. It's kind of one of those things where I think if I like this one a lot, then I would be willing to. Like something I've realized recently is, years and years ago, it was always like,
play a series, you gotta play them all.
Well,
a lot of people fall into that trap, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and some games I do, some games I don't. But what I was going to say was, I've kind of come to realize, like, I don't think I really have this mentality of like, let's see, is there, oh, here we go, R1 here. Okay, I can save on this screen. Like, I used to have a mentality, and I think most do, of like, oh, the old game, has this archaic mechanic, and I just can't go back. I just can't go back. And I've kind of come to realize, like, that, like, I've become, like, so immersed in retro stuff anymore that, like, I feel like I'm able to put myself in the mindset pretty easily, where it's like, okay, well, this game came first, this game came second. Like, I understand why this game has this and this game doesn't, and this came out in 2004, and other games that came out then were like this, and this is actually pretty impressive for that time. And like, I think of things in those.
That's why I think you rarely hear us say like, "Oh, this game is aged poorly."
Right, because I'm just able to put myself in the. I mean, and sometimes I do feel that way, But usually I feel like I'm able to put myself kind of in the context of the times. And oh, that's an interesting
Studio Bad Guy, neither one of us have God Hand. I do have it as a PS2 classic, but I recently missed a local seller selling a copy.
And that's like a little bit expensive now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
the
at
one I
least like
missed was
$50 or $60, right?
But it's like down to like 30, I think now.
Oh, really? Like that's a game that reviewed very, very badly, but then it got this like crazy cult following.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that the cult following is like, it's like super over the top. I don't think it's like a great playing game. I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I was under the impression that it was maybe like really good if you like got into it. But I don't know. I don't know that much about the mechanics really.
Well, there's like a special move where you grab the enemy and you spank them really hard, repeatedly. That's like the main thing I know about the game.
I know very little. Other Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to try anything Shinji Mikami makes.
Yep. People forget that he made Vanquish, which is an awesome game.
Yeah. I don't think I like Vanquish as much as a lot of people do, but I don't think people really forget that he made that, though. I think
That's fair. It has a pretty a decent following.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna like Vanquish more than I did. I mean, it's not that I didn't like it. I thought it was very good, but I expected to like it even more, I guess.
It's a really good looking game, especially since it moves at like 60 frames, or it moves
No, the console version's 30 frames.
Well, even still, it moves really fast.
Yeah, it's got a good motion blur effect.
Yeah.
One thing that I really like that Platinum was kind of doing at the time was they were doing a lot of soft shadows. Their shadows are not very detailed, but they're soft, which I like. Jagged edge shadows just drive me crazy. I mean, why is there a question mark on this? I mean, it's a thing that I accept because that's just how a lot of games are, but it baffles me why developers chose to go for the higher resolution jagged edged shadow rather than just a lower resolution shadow that was kind of smooth. I just don't understand why you would think the jagged high res shadow looks better. If your system can't pull off a high res smooth shadow without the obvious jagged edges, then I don't know. But Platinum did a lot of smooth shadows at that time. I know for sure Vanquish had smooth shadows, and I applauded them for that.
Yeah, that's a game I need to replay. I mean,
there's no HD.
That was before the
it,
channel. What's that?
There's no HD version, is there, other than the PC version or HD? I mean, it is HD, but no
remaster.
Remaster, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's sold well enough unless they port the PC version, which they, you never know, they might.
I mean, it's definitely got a pretty strong following, but yeah, I don't think it's sold that well.
Yeah.
This game's really simple, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just
I think they toned down a lot of the insane difficulty of the first one. The first one was just it really is very challenging.
Which
it was long, and you had a certain amount of continues.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah, you can game over and
start from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I mean, they had to do something because it was Ghoul. It takes place in the Ghouls and Ghosts world.
Yeah. Got the gold armor now. I'm definitely willing to give the first one a try. But I thought this one might be a better way for me to ease into it.
Yeah.
Ease.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I got an idea for an ease video, and it could change the way that we do game-based videos going forward.
Yeah, I'm excited about that video. It's a great idea. So this part here in the burning house, this is This is the part that I currently have in the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but hopefully I'll maybe find something a little brighter in the next level or so, and be able to use something else there. Because it's just a good-looking game, I think.
So I want to mention Star Ocean until the end of time. I bet you that's like a really good-looking game. I have it, but I just...
Is that one of the PS2 ones?
Yeah.
I've just totally lost track of what Star Ocean is on what system. Is that the one that people like?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it one of the ones on, like, the first one on PS3, like, really controversial?
That's the only one on PS.
Oh, okay.
On the PS. Oh, you mean the PS3?
Yeah, PS3. Doesn't it have, like, aren't there two on PS3?
No, there's only one.
Okay. That one's, like, super controversial, I think, though.
Oh, yeah, you know, I've never played it, but I think it was 8-Bit Duke told me about there's a plot twist.
I know what the plot twist was, and I don't think it sounds that bad, but... What did you think about the plot twist?
I thought it sounded kind of stupid.
I mean, it didn't sound like...
The ballsy move to do it, I guess.
I mean, I guess... Given that I have no attachment to the series, I guess there wasn't a lot for me to feel betrayed by it.
Yeah.
I mean, given you like the Phantasy Star 3 twist, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that's I guess
similar in some ways.
Yeah.
Like the nature of things is not what you thought.
Yeah. So I guess we haven't talked about it more since last week, but I think the chances of us doing Extra Life are probably pretty good at this point.
Yeah, I'd say it's moderately likely.
We could take a day. We could take a day and do it.
Well, it's really kind of 2 days because then you're wiped out the day after. You've lost a day of productivity.
Yeah.
Which I'm worried I'm going to need at that point. But, I mean, depending on how this PS2 episode goes, I might have to give up my grand plans of having the 4K episode done before Thanksgiving. But
I think you can.
For now, I want to hold on to that hope. You know, the part that I've been editing this weekend has been slow going, but I think things will start to go quicker.
Yeah. I still got to shoot mine. I did not shoot today. I meant to.
I think it's okay because I've got plenty to do with.
Right. It's probably going to happen Tuesday morning.
Are you over your cough?
My cough is like moved down into my chest more, so it's not like every time I talk, like I cough. But as I say that, it's still there. But I think I can get through like a paragraph without coughing at a time, maybe.
Well, we don't want another RGB episode where you sound sick.
Well, those are always the best ones.
That's true. Maybe we do want you to be sick. Maybe that's why they're popular.
Yeah. But I think in terms of like releases and stuff, like we're gonna like discuss about like getting our stuff back together for the next year, so we're better on track with everything.
Yeah, and I think that's too why it's good that you're kind of experimenting. Like
I'm gonna experiment with.
You're not doing anything crazy for the rest of the year. I am, but you're not.
Right, but I think it's okay. Like I think that if I really wanted to, I could easily get like a 10-minute to sub 10-minute episode done like easily like every week if I wanted to.
Yeah, so you're just going to kind of experiment for the rest of the year.
And I think that like, you know, I experiment with some things that are just like, hey, I want to talk about this specific thing. Like just like little things that like maybe we like. I mean, not like it's not going to be like a blog style. It's going to still retain our same style. And like the way we like edit the episodes and everything, but they just might be a little shorter, and I think that's okay.
Yeah, and
I think that's okay.
And we'll just sort of see what what works while I work on the big episodes, and
yeah. So I mean, like, I'm gonna do the Saturn SD card, try and get that done like within, because I just wrote an outline for it today. Like, that's as far as I am with that right now. But like, I'll see if I can write the script tomorrow, and then maybe I can shoot this and that on Tuesday. I doubt it, because you said that. Does he have like glasses on?
He's got some sort of visor.
Huh. This is Maximo versus Army of Zin. Definitely taking off of the Ash versus the Army of Darkness.
Yeah, it's a good title.
Yeah. I have not seen the TV show, but I've heard that's very good. Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah. I heard that was good.
There's been 2 seasons.
Really? I did not know there was a second season.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. It's awesome that it's like been good and good enough to do 2 seasons of, and been successful enough. Aaron Walsh, we're definitely going to be doing a Dreamcast episode. It's probably going to be next year, though. Probably early in the year. I'm undecided whether the Dreamcast or the PC Engine is going to happen first.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, it's hard to decide which one is higher priority. I feel like Dreamcast is kind of poised to have, like, things happen, like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of new developments. I don't think there's going to be a lot of anything going on with PC Engine anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Like, I think PC Engine's pretty stable right now.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a matter of, like, getting the you know, it's like, I really want to get a Super Graphics you know, for the episode, but we'll see where we're at. And the documentary front, we might have things coming together for some exciting stuff.
Yeah.
We are excited about. Nothing is, well, I mean, I guess I kind of have one, like, casually in production right now.
Yeah.
It's something a little bit different.
Oh, yes, that.
I mean, I'm shooting stuff on it as stuff comes up. It's going to be something a little different, maybe. So there's a store around here called Arcade Legacy that's an arcade and game store, and they are opening they have a barcade and a store and a practically abandoned mall, and they're opening a new store, like, right down the street from me, and I'm kind of documenting like the whole, like, repair of the place and, like, how it all comes together, like opening an arcade.
Opening an arcade in 2017.
Yeah. I have no idea if like how it's going to come out. Like, I'm just, like, shooting stuff, like, as the opportunities come up. It's been a bit more challenging to, like, find time because, you know, for instance, I wanted to, like, shoot that painting the floor. Oh, what?
That's boss.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
But we I didn't get a chance to go down there to, like, shoot them, like, painting the floor and, like, you know, getting different, like, people, like, doing that because, like, I had my son with me and I can't bring them to a place where they're painting the floor because it's just, like, that's a recipe for disaster when they're painting the entire floor of a place. So I mean, that's something I'm kind of working on, but that's, like, who even knows when that's...
What did I just do? I just hit the R1 button for the first time, and now I'm, like, death.
Oh, yeah.
Is there like a dodge mechanic? Like, are they jumping?
Aaron Walsh, I have like a whole bunch of like different bits and stuff that I got for my Space Harrier machine when I used to have that. Someone tweeted about the Space Harrier video today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a pleasant surprise. Talking about like how they didn't expect the episode to end like the way that it does. Sharudo Paulson, I have a Neo Geo MVS Omega, the Arcade Works one. I died on this guy the first time I played to here too. Oh, the fake plastic Allen wrench screws. I didn't realize they were fake.
Oh man, they didn't start me with much health. Do I have to go like back to a level to get armor again if I want it?
Yeah, but I mean, once you kind of figure out how to beat him, I don't remember how I did it, but I mean, when he charges at you, like I don't remember how to do it though.
Like I guess
you can block. Can't you block by holding down R1?
R2 looks like. Let's see if.
But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's stuff happening.
Yeah, you're just kind of doing some experimental episodes while I'm working on.
I feel like with our output and everything like this year, I feel like we always spend like a little segment of each stream apologizing. Here's the part where we apologize for a little bit for not doing for doing as much as we should.
Well, I think the whole Night Trap schedule just like threw us all for
it messes us up, yeah.
And I want to go into 2018 with a more solid plan. Right.
And you know, like I definitely want to do like more. I'm excited to do more documentary stuff because I think it was really fun for me to edit. And I think after doing Night Trap, it was hard for me to get into editing episodes without interviews in them. Because I think it's fun to do that.
I'm always just like a little off from hitting them when I think I'm right on them.
If there are any brand manufacturing new PVM CRTs, would you be interested in reviewing one just out of curiosity? Absolutely. I think it'd be super cool to take a look. Like if somebody made a new PVM, of course.
Yeah.
I had a chance to buy a Panasonic PVM.
I have something that I think would be considered a Panasonic PVM. I mean, it's got BNC inputs for composite.
Well, this is definitely had like RGB and everything.
Okay.
It
doesn't look that amazing. I mean, it looks.
But I think it'd be cool to have it, like just for in terms of like just like I'd like to have an Ikegami.
Yeah. For sure.
Kind of have for just in case, but the thing it comes down to like getting like it's got to be like 14 inches. It can't be anything over 14 at this point because I just don't have any room for it unless I just want to stack it up on the floor in the other room, and then it means I just get like asked about it every time. Is that new? Oh, is that one new? No, I've had that one.
I discovered today that this 24-inch CRT that I've had for a while, so just a Philips it has S video. It seems to be just like turning off. If it like goes click click click, like it's like trying to turn back on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's like bad.
Well, I don't know. Like my the one I just got yesterday, the 9-inch PVM. It's kind of weird. I mean, it doesn't turn on like the second I hit the button. Like, depending on how long it's been off, I have to let it sit for a little while, and eventually I'll just come back.
Got it.
So I don't know.
It's weird. Like, I'm kind of wondering if I should just toss it, because like it feels so wrong to toss a CRT no matter how bad. But
yeah. Let's see here.
I'll restart the game and watch the cutscenes some other time. Oh, Master!
Oh, a French company making pro monitors called Blue Broadcast is having a Kickstarter to gauge demand for high-quality CRT monitors that would be brand new over here. That would be awesome. Can you? Well, the chat won't let you link to it, probably.
Do they have the means to make said brand new monitors for us to look at before the Kickstarter?
Oh, the campaign is finishing in 2 weeks and looks like it would be successful.
Oh. All right, let's see what this level looks like. I feel like the past two levels are candidates. They're a little brighter for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what this looks like. It's a little lighter. I feel like if I'm doing like off of the CRT, I just don't think it would show very well. But I do think like direct capture, this would be fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on this one.
Well, I wanted to get further into this one because I think it's a good looking game.
I'll have to talk to Voltar about why that new PVM is taking so long to turn on. Like, it just, like, I press the button and it just like sits there for a while, and if I walk away and come back in like 10 minutes or something like that, like the green light will be on, will be turned on. We'll have to talk about that in private.
So, this next game I'm playing, I did not know until I was testing things out. It's got 480p mode.
What is it? Don't tell me.
I'm gonna have
to see if I can guess what it is from the loading screen.
I'm gonna have to resync the FrameMeister.
So I recorded some footage from a game earlier today that I feel like is going to be a game that people will say, "Oh, what is that?"
Oh,
if
yeah?
you there, yeah, it was when I was playing it, I almost decided to I was going to stream it tonight if we didn't have anything else. It's this. I feel like it's a kind of a hidden gem on the PS2. It's this bullet hell brawler called the Red Star. It's a very good game.
So I don't know if you can tell from the progressive prompt. I'm hooked up with RGB right now, and the FrameMeister can't do sync on green. So this game is kind of interesting because there's like kind of a bit of dither to it.
Oh, you don't have a save game for this? Is this one you lost?
I may have deleted it because I sold it at one point.
Oh.
Do you do this when you're like recording footage for a game? Do you name your character MLiG?
If I already have a save for the game, I do. Yes.
Yeah.
But if I'm like creating a save for the first time,
yeah, like to play for. If I'm playing for real, then yeah. But this game has a bit of a dither effect. It's really noticeable on the OSSC and 480p. But see, what's annoying about this game is that there's this opening cutscene, and then it goes straight into this like naval battle. So I just want to get to where I get to like the main town.
You have to walk around.
And where I can walk around.
Yeah, I got you. What did I get you footage of today? I'm getting try footage from like 3 games a day. That's what I'm kind of trying to commit myself. I got you some footage from Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits, just like the opening, and then kind of running around the town for a minute.
I feel like the main character in this game kind of looks like Ark the Lad.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he's missing like the headband. But like the main character in Ark the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits, which is like technically Ark the Lad 4. His name is Karg.
Karg?
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Kharg.
That's pretty great.
Karg. Sir Karg. They call him Karg.
But yeah, I probably... Well, you know, it's awfully weird that... You know what probably happened? I probably moved my save for this game to my PS3, and I can't remember if you... I can't remember if you could load data into Suikoden 5.
Yeah, there is a backlogger named Karg.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I wonder if he's named after Karg and Ark the Lad.
Maybe so.
This is Suikoden 4,
which is widely considered the worst one.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably people who think 3 is the worst one, but I think they are very.
It's not as. I mean, what about Tear Crease?
Yeah, okay, but like I don't even think of that one. I mean, I've never even played it. Is that Lightning Rune? Sure, that looks like Lightning Rune.
The music in this is like so different compared to like the first game had such good kind of music that didn't sound like this. But I wonder if they had the same composer all the way through. I see people in the Discord chat are already linking to eBay auctions for super graphics. I just like bought like a few Ease things. I can't get, I mean, how much is it?
I didn't really pay that much attention to
well, this one's, it's not a buy it now. It's just like bidding, and it's 162.50 with 21 bids, but it ends in a day.
I so rarely
like do actually bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I don't even care about it, I'll like throw a bid in if there's like never been one, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll just see if I win it. There is a My Life in Gaming Discord, but it's just for Patreon.
I saw someone at one point like disappointed that like, oh, it's behind a paywall, but it's like we wouldn't have even. I mean, the only reason we even thought about doing it was because it was like, oh, that's like a thing you can do with. It's like integrated into Patreon now. Actually, like you can make like a Discord chat for Patreon.
Yeah. Did anybody in the chat room go to Retropalooza?
Ah,
looked like a lot of fun.
I want to go there someday for sure.
Yeah, that and Portland Retro Gaming Expo are like the top two that we'd love to go to. At least for me.
The water has a very interesting look in this game. I don't know if I would say it's like good necessarily, but it's interesting.
In the PS2 era, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance was like king of water.
Oh yeah, well I mean it looks good in the GameCube version too, which I don't have, but I've played it.
But just like during this time when it was like the water would move, like, I mean it was like overly overdone probably, but
Yeah.
it looked really cool.
I always think of like Mario Sunshine as like some of the best water of the generation.
Wait, what did? Oh, Mario. Yeah, because that's kind of like
Oh,
the like
this
theme of
battle
the
music is pretty old school Suikoden style.
yeah. Why don't we go to the Portland Retro Gaming Expo? It's too expensive to fly. We'd love to get to the point where we would be invited as guests. We just can't. Like, it's expensive flights.
this like whoosh effect they do as they go back to their positions is kind of silly.
Yeah, they like run back. Yeah, it does seem kind of silly because like they only like half commit to them like running back.
Yeah,
like they'll run a little bit and then they'll kind of warp them.
And this one only has.
But it makes it look super unnatural, really.
Yeah.
The way he like kind of turned on his heel right there.
Ooh, we can do a friendship attack.
Friendship.
Is an X strike? Oh, that's pretty good damage.
See, she kind of warps, but the guy like kind of turns on his heel and runs back.
We boarded you, Captain Snow. Had this been a real battle, I could have approached you from behind while you weren't looking and slash like that.
Like
But,
that.
Captain, you lack a sense of awareness. Watch yourself.
So I added a line.
Yeah, there's Project Pixel in the chat. I just saw he got retweeted by GameStack. There's a picture of him with Joe and Dave.
Ah.
Like, hey, I know that name, and then here he is in the chat.
So I have no idea what I selected. Oh, are we fighting again?
I'll go easy at first. Are you ready for me?
Shinjan, I thought that ABGC was gonna like invite us because they followed us on Twitter like last summer. I thought maybe there was a chance that they would invite us this year. But
Charge at me.
if we can hit like 100,000 subscribers by next year, I think that's gonna be like the tipping point. Get to go to a bunch of them.
No, it's my My next move will settle this.
This is. Hopefully that doesn't actually game over me. So I was gathering some stuff from Suikoden 5, which, like I said, oh yeah, the guy's running this game is like he looks like he's running to the bathroom.
It's what?
The guy and the main character's running this game looks like he's running to the bathroom. But it's still better than Suikoden 3's run. Like, Suikoden 3 probably has, like, the worst run animation I've ever seen in a 3D game. So I always remember thinking this was bad, but nowhere near as bad as 3. But I love 3 as a game. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Well, here's a save point at least, but this is not a very interesting. Hopefully we're headed for the town. Like I kind of remember. Oops. Kind of remember what the town looks like. Yeah, you can't really see it here, but very well. But this game is definitely dithered, whether you're in 480p or 1080p. You know, I got a weird bad end in this game, like relatively early in the game. Like you can get this like you're like. You're with a few people and you're stranded on a desert island, And, like, I forget exactly what you do, but, like, you get this, like, very goofy, cartoony, like, ending where they, like, basically just stay there forever. And it's like, they have these weird cartoon drawings and stuff. But anyway, I was looking at the opening cutscene of Suikoden V, and you know, it's like it's just characters on a ship, and they're, you know, it's all in-game graphics. It doesn't look like anything crazy at all, and it's got text boxes and everything. But when you play it on the HD TV, you can so clearly see these like really bad compression artifacts.
Really?
But when you look at on, even if you look at it on PVM,
title pop up there. It's so small.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
It's big in Suikoden 5. It's a big title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're gonna have the title of the game show up, you know, I hate it when it just like appears, like it just like one frame it's not there, and the next frame it's like full screen. But if it has like a cool, like this has a cool like water animation.
Yeah. But yeah, with 5, like I thought like if you were to look at even on a PVM where it's, you know, like higher quality than just a standard CRT, like it masks it very well. Like I would have never had any idea just looking at the PVM that was not done in engine, because they weren't doing anything really crazy with it, honestly. Like, I had no reason to believe it was not in engine. So, like, I actually added, like, a line to the script, because it made me think, you know, because I was working on the PVM section, I was like, well, you know, that's, like, definitely an argument for playing PS2 on a CRT, because you think back to how the FMVs look, and you thought they just looked so clean and perfect, like a DVD, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, now you look at you know, 480p digital compression on HDTV, and you can see those artifacts.
Oh yeah. There you go. Outside the castle.
Yeah, I
mean, I ran into the same issue when I did the Saturn RGB episode, where a lot of the material that I used was from like the first couple of levels or areas from each game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I say, I've got a lot of in-game PS2 saves, but I've got a lot of games that I haven't really played yet, and I've got games where I've lost my saves, like this, for example. The biggest thing with this game for me was, like, I didn't really side quest a lot, and I had no idea that I was like getting ready for the final battle, and like I didn't realize, and like I was like, yeah, you know, it feels like this game is just starting to get pretty good, and then like I was fighting the final boss, and I just like didn't even realize it was the final boss. Like I thought it was like, you know, like kind of like one of the first big climactic moments in the game.
Yeah.
I just had no idea.
Man, I would love to do an RGB episode on that Sharp X68000. I was just looking at, what were we looking at the other day? I was looking at the PCFX. Like that might be a fun one to do down the road. Even though there's like nothing on it really.
Something I discovered while capturing some footage is that Suikoden 3 has like this very aggressive blur filter.
Wait, what does?
Suikoden 3.
Really?
Like super aggressive. It's very, very blurry.
You're playing a component right now, right? Or are you playing RGB?
This is RGB.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of like adult FMV games on the PCFX.
That's probably good enough for this game. The castle has some decent looking shots. What does the menu look like? What button's the menu?
The triangle.
Oh, okay. We've got like full screen character art. So
oh, good.
That could be useful for something.
These episodes do get tougher, like as you kind of get in to, like, you know, when you haven't played like a ton of games on the system.
Yeah, well, I've played a ton of PS2 games, but
right.
You know, like I say, I'm missing saves, and I've also bought I like beefed up my PS2 collection kind of leading up to this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. Jeremy Creature. They toned down the blur on some of the PS3 HD version of Suikoden 3. Didn't you say that there was something weird about the PS3 Classics version of Suikoden 3?
I don't have that.
I thought you said something weird about it. There was something weird about it.
About what?
Suikoden 3.
Well, it's the game itself has a. I mean, on PS2,
okay.
It's got a blur filter.
So Jeremy Couture is saying that they toned down the blur on the PS3 HD version.
Interesting. Well, it's not HD on PS3, but
right. But I mean, like the PS2 classic version. What's it gonna be?
That's it. You don't happen to have that, do you?
Suikoden 3 or the PS? I've almost bought it several times. Oh, man. First one. I have like game finished settings of this or saves for this too.
Oh yeah.
And the third one.
Well, it wouldn't hurt for me because this is like, I feel like this is like one of the key 60 frames games for the system.
Yes. I mean, it's a good looking game.
It would not hurt for me to. Oh, look, they've got a good color bar in this.
Isn't that why you bought like Resident Evil 4 on the system?
That was one of the reasons. I mean, you know me, I like to collect different versions of Resident Evil games anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I have as many as you do, pretty much.
That's interesting.
Oh, the Japanese version has the correct controls and the difficulty isn't bork. I don't like. Is that where they put?
Wait, say what?
The Japanese version. Probably what he means by the controls being messed up in this. Because I think they put jump on triangle in this.
Oh.
And I think in later games they put sword on the triangle.
Ah.
And if you're the sword is on X. The underworld.
I do like the opening of this game. Like, just like immediately, like Trish just like busts through, just
and like stabs him with his sword. That's the funniest thing about these games.
Runs through on a motorcycle, like just a couple of seconds into the cutscene.
Yeah.
What do we have here? Nature calls. It's in the back.
And she like throws the sword, like impales him against the wall. Does that happen here?
This is pretty dark too. This is darker than Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Almost. I only take special jobs. If you know what I mean.
This, for some reason, this scene looks like really good on the OSSC with the Bob D interlace.
It does look good?
It does look good. In fact,
because it's 60 frames, right?
Maybe, but like,
Eventually I should hit the jackpot sooner or later.
In that case, you should.
I think it's just the way that it moves. You know, out of curiosity, let me see if. Actually, I think I could capture that. Let's see if I could. Let's see what happens if I push this button. Well, I see it on my TV now.
Are you switching over to OSSC?
Yeah. Did I kill the stream? I hope I didn't kill the stream.
My
capture card didn't take it.
Yeah, the one you have to feed the OSSC to the capture.
Well, no, I mean, it should have gone to the capture as well, but it didn't. I mean, because I can capture Bob the Interlace.
Right.
Just fine.
Did you switch it back? Cause
yeah, because it's plain. You were looking at FrameMeister again.
Okay.
I came here to seek your help.
But I had thought I could capture the OSSC for this, just because. Oh well.
I don't think this is dark. I think you're like outside of the place at the start here. Outside of the castle.
Let's see.
We both have the AverMedia capture cards. But we both are planning on upgrading fairly soonish. I really want to have an internal one. I think there'd be less issues with having an internal one.
So I discovered something weird today, that the OSSC...
We both have PEX HD caps that we used before, but they don't take 1080p 60. You can only do up to 1080i with them.
I discovered that the OSSC seems to have trouble going through either my 4K switcher or 4K splitter. I don't know what the issue is. Or if it could be something weird with the particular input on my TV. But weirdly enough, nothing was working except Super Nintendo and NES.
Really?
Yeah. But I tried all the systems because I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And then I plugged the OSSC into my older Monoprice switcher.
Mm-hmm.
And everything worked. Except for the PC Engine and Dreamcast, because for some reason they don't work after they go through the Extron.
Right.
I don't know why.
What are we planning on getting next? A Magewell card. Although, I would love to get the Micom Soft, like the one that does 1080p 60 on it, because that takes you can do composite in and just do everything direct with it. I would love to have that to replace my PEX HD cap, because I won't be able to go back to not having two capture cards, because I get use out of having both of them for different reasons.
Yeah. Well, I've been planning. See, that I guess that was why I was bringing up that point, because that's actually going to be a big inconvenience, because I wanted to use the Magewell card with the OSSC as well as PS4, Xbox One X.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't route them through the same switcher. I've got another switcher, though, that might work. So I'm going to try that and see if that solves the issue. What are the save points in this this game even look like?
Only when you beat a level.
Oh, okay.
But I know that there's a the Japanese version has a card, and it has a sub card to it too, like an attachment that goes on the top of it that has more inputs. There's also a USB 3 version, but I just feel like the internal cards are just they just are more they're just snappier. They work so much quicker.
I didn't know until recently that there are PCI Express SSDs.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they? Do you know anything about them? Are they supposed to be better?
I don't even know. I don't know anything about them.
I have no
Sorry.
idea where I'm supposed to go.
I know that they exist, but I don't know anything about them.
Where the heck am I supposed to go? I've only played this game. I've only played through it one time. I liked it okay, but I wasn't a huge fan or nothing. Oh.
Mm-hmm. You say you've played through this once?
Yeah.
So you've beaten it before?
Yeah, I've beaten it.
Oh.
I had all the games, and then, during my purge phase, I I got rid of them, but I've beaten the 3 on PS2.
You beaten all 3 of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no idea you had finished all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Huh. For some reason, I thought that you'd only played a little bit of this one and that's it.
No, I finished them. I still don't know where to go, though.
You'd think you never played it before.
You would. You would.
Looks like you're on the right track now. It's a pretty good looking game, though.
I mean, for as early as it is. I remember seeing some people across the hall in college playing it.
Really?
It was one of the big PS2 games, I feel. But I didn't play them until probably 2006, 2007.
This was, I got, even when I was like kind of out of games, I still had my PS2.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like had an itch to play. That was like when I was still like kind of freelancing, I was working as a temp. I was working at actually that day I was temping at New Line Cinema.
Oh.
And I saw Devil May Cry 3 is out. I guess it's good. It's like I just kind of felt the itch to go get a game. Then and that was what I got.
I think that was kind of how I may have got these games originally, because I was just like, at Best Buy and like, because they had like the trilogy set.
Right, the box set, yeah. I saw like no door you can go through.
Not that I've found. There's like this one. Oh, I've got 45 orbs now, so I guess I can go through. I didn't realize it.
Oh, they're making his pick up enough.
I thought it would just be like
learn the controls, essentially.
That's like kind of a weird first level, I feel. Like kind of like for a game that's like a big action game, like it's kind of a boring first mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, the controls are definitely on odd buttons in this, for sure.
Did you see all the stuff about the Super NES Classic getting hacked?
Oh, is it wide release yet?
They do have a version of the program to download.
Is it considered safe and stable yet?
No, I'll wait until they like have it pretty much perfected. But honestly, I don't have like any real desire to hack mine. I might just like leave it.
I kind of want to do it. Like I want to install like translation patch games, like especially ones that like SA1 chip, like Marvelous, for example.
Right. That would make sense.
I just feel like that'd be a fun way to play a game that is otherwise difficult to play on original hardware, translated.
Oh, they've taken that emulator and translated to the RetroPie. Let's see if anybody in the chat knows about this. So when I released the episode on the Sega Ages 2500, series, a lot of people in the comments linked me to a channel by this guy, Sega Lord X, and then he like did a video with a hands-on video of that that CD system, and then randomly today, like all of his stuff is deleted. Like his channel's gone. I mean, his channel had like, I want to say like 7,000-8,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Is like
it just up
his
and
Patreon is
disappeared
gone,
today?
and his Twitter's gone. Does anybody know what happened to him?
That's kind of freaky.
They did a video on the CD, that kind of emulation box that runs games off a disc.
Oh yeah. He was like one of like just a few people that it was sent to, right?
Well, he was one of two, and Metal Jesus is the other one. He's going to be looking at it soon. But does anybody know like what happened? Anybody? Yeah, his last video had no indication of that. Yeah, he's just like, someone commented on the video today, this like Ages video, saying like, as of this time, like all of his stuff is gone. And it's too bad. I mean, it seemed like I didn't spend a lot of time on his channel, like going through a lot of stuff, but it seemed pretty good. Electron Ash's name was Sega Lord X. Did a lot of Saturn stuff. Oh, so he posted on Twitter he's closing down. Did he ever say why? Yeah, I mean, it's too bad he didn't leave it up there. I don't know. Like it seemed, I was very surprised to hear about that. Oh, apparently it's due to health reasons. Huh. That's unfortunate. Oh, ETA Prime. Who is ETA Prime? I'm not sure who that is. The big thing with the CD system, Trav, have you been following it at all?
Not in depth.
Well, the big thing is that you are like, for the systems it supports, you're required to get BIOS files for it.
Oh yes.
And that is like that's absolutely illegal to like to obtain the BIOS files.
Right. Well, I don't know. I'm not certain if it is if you obtain it yourself.
If you like rip it off your own system.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, like Sony and Sega or whoever would say that it is, but I don't know if it actually is. But to download it, yes. To distribute it, yes. To get it yourself, I don't know. I am not up on the legality of that.
Oh, ETA Prime is a channel that tests out all the different Raspberry Pi offshoots and emulation boxes. BIOS files are treated like ROMs. Creating your own BIOS that does the same thing is not. This was established in court when IBM-compatible PCs hit the market with MS-DOS.
Wait, say what?
Oh, even ripping your own BIOS from your own copy is a gray area. It just seems like it. Like I saw a lot of tweets about it. It might have been like on Friday. I mean, it was like Thursday. It was like mid last week, maybe.
Wait. What the heck?
Yeah, I have no idea how you'd even like get the BIOS off. I mean, you have to take it in.
I mean, I know that
Oh,
like
wow,
the PS2 emulator like provides you with tools to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean is mentioned in this video only very briefly because that's like, you know, not the point, but obviously we have to acknowledge it.
Right.
So like the stuff we talk about regarding is PCSX2.
Right.
It's very basic how we
Can't wait till we get yelled at for not covering other emulators.
I mean, it sounds to me like it's the only serious game in town, but
yeah.
who knows?
But that's what we thought about
I'll probably
the Saturn
be wrong.
ones. Before we heard about Mednafend.
I have absolutely no freaking clue where to go. Like the beginning of this game is very weird, I think.
I don't think it is. I just think that you're not probably half paying attention to it.
That's probably true. Like I just have no idea where to go. Like I just want to get to a save point.
The Neo Geo X, I have a friend who has one, so I'll be able to. When we eventually get to the Neo Geo episode, I'll be able to use that. I really want to get a GDMU. I was waiting for it because I knew there was going to be
early in the morning.
Yeah, it happened at a time because I didn't account for the time difference, and then it was already gone. I really want to get one badly. I was like just waiting for it. Like I knew they said the new batch will go up in the next 24 hours, and it happened like.
Oh, I have a key.
They're on eBay. eBay, like I could buy one, but like I'd rather get like the newest version direct from the source. I mean, maybe I should just like try contacting him, especially if I'm gonna be doing like the Saturn, like the Phoebe and Rhea one like this week. Then maybe I can maybe I could open up contact with you. I think it's Dunin. Boot, the designer of it.
Okay, there was surely a locked door somewhere. Oh, could it have been that gate? I don't know. Like you say,
you got to go back to the foyer and use the key to open a door.
Oh yeah, I think there was a locked door in there. Like you say, I'm only paying half attention.
Yeah. So there is a USB GD-ROM thing as well.
I hear it's really slow though. Is that
right?
accurate?
I mean, I think that would be like if I did a video on the GDMU, I'd do it on that as well. Like I do both of them in one episode.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, the Neo SD, and then there's the one coming from Darksoft. The Neo Geo flash cart. And flash carts are coming soon. Portable flash carts are coming soon. I'm just waiting. Game Tech is putting a McWill screen in a Game Gear for me, so I can like shoot off screen better with that. And then when I get that back, then I'll go into that. So that could be like 3 of my episodes from now.
You know, I was thinking about it earlier, like a Game Gear, and like I feel it's going to happen within the coming year. Like I feel like Game Gear is like really like the last thing I feel like I'm missing. Like I was thinking like what are the what I was like trying to think like what's the most major system that I still don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, the answer would obviously be the Xbox One, but I'm getting Xbox One X.
When does that even come out?
It's early November, like the 5th or 7th or something. What button even? Okay, you have to. Okay, you have to hold R1 to shoot.
Jera, the PS2 episode is really soon. Like, Try's already shot his part. The script's done. I need to shoot mine, and he's editing it right now.
Well, when you say really soon, it's like I am deep in like the heavy editing process and shooting process.
But not soon, but like reasonably soon.
Yeah, like within a month.
Yes. And it's going to be possibly in over an hour.
Yeah. That honestly, that's like what I'm most anxious to get your stuff for is to like get runtime. Like,
yeah,
I've got plenty to do, like in terms of editing without your stuff. But what I really want to know is like, what am I up against?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, you know, like I expressed it to you, you know, like that's a pretty long episode, and you know, like the Game Boy episode was that long.
But it's like looking at so many different things. Yeah,
that's why the Game Boy worked so well at that length, because it's like it moves and covers a lot of stuff.
But I just
this is like a lot of cable talk, stuff like that.
I just don't know what I can cut though. You know, like I feel like I would be losing like crucial stuff.
Yeah.
Like I've trimmed some fat here and there, but like I just don't think I can really make it like.
I mean, it could be the moment that the RGB series jumps the shark. It could be.
Well, if you're looking for information, though.
Yes, if you're looking for information.
You won't be disappointed. If you're looking for entertainment, I sure hope you like looking at PS2 games and PS2 cables. Which I don't really know, like how people like look at the videos. Like, do they look at them as entertainment, or like I know they look at it as informative, but like
I think some people like them for entertainment. People said, you know, they like somebody earlier in the chat said, you know, like I like to put it on the background.
Yeah, I mean,
we try to make them fun to watch.
I feel like, you know, if you wanted to know, like, I feel like there's almost nothing left, no question that you could possibly have be, like, left unanswered by this video. Like, I think it's pretty thorough.
Yeah.
But, you know, Devil May Cry 3 doesn't, like, it's much less, like, open like this, right? It's like
it's been a long time since I played through it. I think it's been like nearly 15 years now.
Huh? What'd you say?
I think it's been like nearly 15 years at this point. Or at least since this game. 15 years.
Yeah, that's right. I do think it came out in 2002. That sounds familiar.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I probably lost a number of games when I wouldn't be surprised if I played this on my PS3. I might have played it before I got PS3. I can't remember. Oh, I'm on hard mode? Wait a second.
Yeah, is that a save file?
Maybe that is.
It's a 5-hour. 20... Yeah, that looks like a save file to me.
Well, maybe I already had one.
Well, it seems like something you do is go back and try it on hard. Or no, maybe when you beat it once, it cycles you onto hard.
Maybe that's it, because it says mission 1.
Right.
So I wonder if I can even go back to other missions.
Why
would this have ended up on this memory card, though? Because I haven't even had this memory card that long. What I probably did, when I swapped out my Final Fantasy XI hard drive for the SD card thing, I moved a bunch of saves that I had backed up on it, and that might have been one of them.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I can, like, actually, like, go do other things. Well, let's see what the next mission looks like. I just want to see what kind of visual options I might have here. Wow, so is this game only like 5 hours long? Did I like beat it in 5 hours?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Oh, here's a shot right here. We can have some Moody walking down a gothic hallway. Check it out. Check it out. Doing a practice run right now. That shot's going to be in the video, I guarantee it. All right. Should I do one more?
Yeah, why not?
I've got one more out. I got a stack of games before the stream. I got one more. It's a game that I don't know if you've played, but I think it's very good. This is a game that I feel that I should have a save for, but if I do, I don't know where it is. Let's see what's on this memory card.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what it is.
Oh, I've got Battlefront saves, or whatever that game was called, the PS2 Battlefront.
Not the Commando. Star Wars Battlefront 2, yeah. There are times, though, when you use your real name.
Oh, that was way back in the day. Oh, here's my... See, I think some of these files might be duplicated across memory cards, because I didn't know where this memory card even was. I load up my in-game Xenosaga 3.
What are the ones with those, like...
Oh, that's Devil May Cry 2. There's duplicates, a lot of duplicate stuff on this memory card. Oh, I do have a save for this somewhere. I did find a save, but it was like midway through the game. This is a game I actually use as an example in the episode. This is a game that seems to play just fine on a PS3, or at least the PS3s that we've gotten, not the launch ones. But I believe it plays just fine on launch games. It's a very, very weird issue. It is partway through the game, there's like a puzzle. I think there might actually be a few instances of it. There's a puzzle where a box just doesn't load. It's like one box does not load and you can't proceed. Like, isn't that just like a really weird glitch?
Yeah.
Like, that is a super, like, very specific glitch.
Oh, Crystal Dynamics.
I'm just gonna
okay.
skip the cutscene, but I shot off of my Toshiba last night. I shot some in-engine cutscenes from this last night, and this game looks like surprisingly good. Like, I think it's relatively early PS2, early-ish.
Lord Monkus, there is a My Life in Gaming Discord. It's just like we have a setup for patrons, for Patreon supporters.
Oh, I don't think this scene is skippable. Oh well. Well, like on a CRT, like this looks really clean. Like, it looks relatively clean here, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a surprisingly good looking game. You know, I didn't know for the longest time that there even was a Soul Reaver 2.
Before you finished the first one?
I I can't remember.
Because it seems like you'd be like, there better be a second one.
Right. After you beat the first one. And in fact, didn't they have like the whole thing basically planned out, but they just had to cut the first game short?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was before or after I played the first. I mean, like, I'd watched a friend play it and always thought it looked really, really cool. Played the first one, that is. And then I played the first one as a PS1 classic on PS3. And I actually ended up buying the Dreamcast version. I should get the PS1 version someday, just because that, like, to me, that's the iconic one. But
yeah, I had the first one.
The Dreamcast version seems good. I can't remember. Well, I know John Linneman did a Digital Foundry retro on this, and I can't remember what his conclusion was regarding the Dreamcast version. But that is, in terms of physical, that's what I've got. But I should just get the PS1, just because it's a very good game. But yeah, this game is like, I mean, this is a continuation of the first game, as it should be. It's very good. I mean, I don't recall that it does much of anything different, but it's just a continuation, and it's very good. But I feel like it's not a game that people talk about much. Not compared to the first one, anyway. I mean, I guess the first one was a little more groundbreaking, but it's still very good.
And you beat this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you don't have a save for this.
I might. So the way that I played this originally, I was playing it on my PS3, and then I ran into that box puzzle and looked online, and that was indeed a thing. And then so I copied the save to my memory card and finished it on PS2. I might have a save, but it might not be a very useful save. I thought about playing Okami tonight because that game is
I was looking back through my memory cards. I think that I might have a pre-final dungeon save game.
That would be good, because I don't think you can get out of the final dungeon in Okami.
It's like 37 hours, I think, is when it was.
That sounds pre-final dungeon.
But I have a 37-hour one, I have a 38.5-hour one, and then I have the clear file.
Yeah, so the final dungeon, I have wandered around in that save file, and I have never found a way out of the dungeon. I don't think there's a way out of it. So, but then the opening of the game, it's like 15 minutes before you even get control of Amaterasu, however you say her name. Like, and then even then you're like wandering around this like dark area. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not like it's an iconic PS2 game that like is absolutely something to like get footage of and show, but it's also like, I feel like not a good game for showing like specific visual things or showing how cables work, because for one, it's got a texture over it. It's got like this canvas sort of texture, or paper sort of some sort of texture over it, and then the characters are like constantly like jittering because of like the style.
Hang on one second. Let me just... All right.
Alone, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time streaming chamber.
But yeah, if you could get me some good, just running around,
I'll take a look. I mean, I don't.
Or something like that would be fantastic.
Right. I mean, there's a chance that I do. So I'll take a look. Yeah, I have Blood Omen. That's something my brother really liked. Blood Omen. He has really good voice acting. These games all have really good. Voice acting.
Yeah, I mean the Soul Reaver ones are the only Legacy of Kain games I've played. Like, I've just kind of been nervous about the others. Like, well, to be honest, I don't really know what like some of the later Blood Omen games look like.
Well, there's only two. I mean, there's two of these. There's two Blood Omens, and then there's one that like brings everything together into its own kind of game, like Defiance or something like that. It's like the last game in the series. Yeah, Blood Omen definitely has a lot of loading, but the first one is like kind of like a Zelda style.
But it's kind of rough looking.
Yeah, but I mean it's very typical of the time, you know. It almost looks like a PC game kind of. And I guess Blood Omen 2 isn't that good. So I don't know. The last one I guess is supposed to be really good.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called? Defiance?
Yeah, I think it's called Defiance.
It's a PS2 game, right?
Yeah.
Are there any on Xbox?
I don't know. Defiance might be on Xbox. It might also be on the GameCube, but I'm not sure. Defiance is Xbox and PS2. No GameCube.
You know, Amy Hennig, who did was the creative director on the first 3 Uncharted games, did these games.
Mm-hmm. 3 questions. Will Xenosaga showcase on Motherfucking Gaming PS2 episode? Are you putting any Xenosaga?
I'm probably going to put quite a bit of Xenosaga in, actually.
Okay.
Xenosaga Episode 2 actually is ended up being like a valuable test game for me when I was comparing PS3 versus PS3, how it looks compared to various other methods, because like I just found this scene early in the game that just has like a lot of good angles for like kind of seeing how the smoothing looks and stuff like that.
Right.
And I've already, in fact, there's a Xenosaga Episode 3 shot in composite video in the opening in the pre-intro scene.
Oh, cool.
And there'll probably be a lot more because, like I said, Episode 3, like I can my in-game file like lets me go anywhere
you are.
So it's like it's a good game for showing lots of variety. Like the animation, like Shion's like running animation is like really good. Like it's like it definitely feels like a later PS2 game.
What was your favorite game in the series?
3,
Xenogears doesn't count.
3 I know is really popular. I feel like I liked 1 the best, but to be honest, I just don't remember a ton about 3.
Yeah. My brother gave me like all of his copies of the game, and he just like went online and bought DVDs of like all the cutscenes.
Well, there's like I think it was when you 2, I've got it. There's like a movie DVD that you got as a pre-order bonus of the first game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We don't know the exact release date of the PS2 episode. I'm gonna do a quicker episode. Hopefully, it'll be out. Like, I mean, I'm behind on it. I only have an outline, but I mean, hopefully, script and shoot it and everything in the next few days. And then editing is gonna be a shorter episode, and then PS2 will hopefully be after that. Within the month, it'll be out. It's
I'm
like over an hour.
To say within the month, but within a month. I mean,
yeah.
I am.
Oh yeah.
If like my dearest hope in all the world is to be done before Mario Odyssey comes out, but I'm feeling a little pessimistic.
Yeah.
Believe me, I am not slacking on it because I want it done more than anyone, but
just want to be done with it.
I just want to play Mario Odyssey, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting, like how people react to the length. I mean, I'm not going to cut things out just for the sake of cutting them out. I'm only going to cut things out if it just is like, who even cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting because, like I said, Game Boy, like, there's just so many different topics, and you're looking at new and different and interesting things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, less so with this, but I mean, what I've got together so far, I feel pretty good about. So, you know, hopefully, as I just
you can get a little sneak preview with the thumbnail of this live stream.
Oh yeah,
is from it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's from a slider shot.
Yep, there's that's the only reason that the thumbnail for this episode looks kind of good, because normally we're like really lazy.
That's your first glimpse of the episode.
But yeah, I remember
someone was asking.
Oh, go on.
Someone was just asking if we could ever do like a tech video, or how to do a video on how to do a stream like this with 2 people. I don't know if that would like really warrant a video, but like for the most part, I think that the key, I mean, even though you've kind of changed things a little bit, like the key for me is like it was a mixer, like an audio mixer.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of causing a lot of problems in how I was doing things, so I decided to cut out of the mix. I'm still using an audio compressor though, but like OBS like provides some pretty good.
Yeah, like everything you'd need, really.
Basically everything you'd need.
You just like need this and Skype, like everything that we're doing, like the stream with, like all like the applications and stuff, it, like is available for free. Like OBS is available for free, and you can really add video from any source. So you just like Skype with somebody, and then you just like capture the window and capture like the computer audio, essentially. You have a microphone audio and a computer audio, and just capture both of those. But I do everything through a mixer so that I can manipulate each volume a little bit more finely. It's just easier. It's like right over the side of me. Uh, 4K TV. Try, like, in a perfect world, wants to get it done before Black Friday. So,
yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, but was that a save point? Because it seems like I can.
OBS is, I mean, he's feeding a capture card, but then OBS is displaying it. If that makes sense.
I have no idea what save points are in this game. I can't remember. I don't know why it said press select.
You know, I just like posted a link to the Discord chat on the Patreon because a lot of people have been asking me, you know, like, oh, I don't have a link for it, and like a lot of people have clicked on that link. A lot of people just added to the chat. The HC Retrovision cables. The reason they don't work is if you're going directly to the Elgato is because the Elgato and the AverMedia do not see 240p. So that's just what it comes down to. But like 480i and up, it'll see everything.
What is this swirly thing?
This is Soul Reaver 2. Which is really just the second half of the first game. Because they obviously just like had to split it. I did a video on the first Soul Reaver back in the day, back when I was in college, and I was like just learning how to edit videos. I did a trailer for Soul Reaver 1. And I still have it. It's still one of the few that I like was able to hold on to. I should like make a little video of just like a bunch of different videos that I did a long time ago. You know what I mean?
Gosh.
I could probably compile those on for like a little video, but I set it to the band Type O Negative for some reason. I don't know why, but it's funny.
I feel like because it's so dark, like I'm like
unusable.
I'm like missing a door.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I could maybe adjust the FrameMeister profile a bit. It says, like, when I approached that door first, it said, must be spectral, which I assume means I need to be shifted, and...
Yeah, Type O Negative and Legacy of Kain seemed like a good mix when I was, at the time. When did the first one come out? Maybe in I was in community college, so it must have been like 98 maybe is when it came out. Yeah, 98. That's why, because I was definitely in college. I was editing video for a website called thenextlevel.com, which is still around. It still has a fairly active forum, but I've not posted there in a long time. But I do keep in touch with a lot of people that I've met there, and I do occasionally run into them randomly after never having met them previously at random places. And that is the-nextlevel.com. And that's how I know Shinjan PV there. That's long time. Yeah, we'd always, a lot of the forum goers that lived in New York when I was there would always get together. And they definitely have gotten together since I've left. But I occasionally browse the forums, but I haven't posted in a very long time. But I still do read it here and there. Yeah, depending on where I'm going to be there next, I have no idea. Next time we go, we're definitely, my wife and I are going without kids next time, because it's very difficult. I always loved that you could kind of pick up the different random weapons.
Yeah.
Like strewn around the level.
Do you have this?
I don't have this.
You should have it.
I have the PlayStation 1 version.
I mean, I got this like well after the PS2's day at GameStop randomly, like, which was weird because I like pretty much never buy used games at GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I was just like, I want to see what they got, and I'm like, oh yeah, Soul Reaver 2. I want that. Yeah.
I mean, if I saw it someplace, I'd probably get it. I mean, the characters in there are like really, like Raziel there. He's a very unique character, I think.
Yeah.
You guys doing a FrameMeister Alternatives update, OSSC 1.6. I think that it's probably we've thought about it, but I have no idea when we'll have time to do it.
The OSSC 1.6 and the current firmware updates and stuff, that is going to be addressed in the 4K TV episode.
Okay.
So if you're interested in OSSC stuff, watch that episode.
Yeah. Although it might make sense to just do something quick, but yeah. I mean, it's so hard to like get in the mindset to do that when there's like so much other stuff that we'd rather do. I think
there's also going to be a good bit of OSSC stuff in this episode, but it's not really.
Yeah. It's
not really going to be about like the systems that people are most interested in using the OSSC for. I don't think. Yeah,
that's Phantom Knot brings up a good point as well. How about a quick video referring people to retroaccess.com instead of the eBay store?
Yes.
Which we want to do a PSA.
Yeah,
on that.
we were kind of planning to do more of like a PSA style video on that.
But we gotta figure out a time to do that. I feel like that's got to happen like fairly soon.
We should probably do that before too long. I would agree.
Yeah. Maybe I can do that right after this Phoebe thing. Like we just like write it really quick and shoot it, and then we can put it together really quick. It wouldn't even be long. Like you did that last PSA in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we definitely should do that. So yes.
Yeah, for people who are curious what we're talking about, Retro Console Accessories has a website that's retroaccess.com. I think that's retro-access.com.
Yeah.
And
do we have that new link on all of our videos or no?
I can't remember if we fixed that or not. Did we?
We need to. We should at some point.
My understanding is that is because of eBay fees and regulations and stuff. That is, I think, planned to kind of become the main thing over eBay.
Right.
But for now, so many people
know about the eBay store.
About the eBay store, so she can't get rid of it. Oh, or I can open that. So, but yeah, but the website, I mean, it's it's available any time. Pretty easy to navigate. I bought a new PS2 cable there, which is actually something that's addressed in the video. The new Retro Access cables have 1,000 microfarad capacitors in them, which makes them like good to use as a universal cable between PS1 and PS2. I mean,
right.
the 220 capacitors that were in the old ones, they're fine, really, for PS2. They're more optimal for PS1, but they're fine for PS2. Like, the likelihood of you seeing an issue in that is relatively slim. like the way that it manifests, as far as I've observed, if the capacitor value is incorrect, is it sort of just kind of makes a bit of a glow in the overscan if the scene is bright. But it's not something you're really going to see very much at all. But the 1,000 microfarad capacitor is better for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I ordered that through the new website to kind of test out that process.
Like the voice acting in this game is really good.
Yeah, very. I mean, very, very above average for the time. You know.
Yeah.
And like even now, very, very good. Although at the moment, I wish I could skip it, but oh well. I just want to find a save point that is hopefully in like a nice green area. You know, I if I wanted, come to think of it, I could maybe wonder if I could come up with a good way to calibrate the brightness for the FrameMeister profile based on how a PS2 game looks like on PS3.
Probably.
Because like it looks better to me. On PS3, like the color just looks better.
So he has that sword now, so that sword is like the real, as a Soul Reaver, is no longer like the really cool looking like laser sword thing anymore.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. He got the real one. I can't say I remember the story terribly well, but I remember it being good.
Besides Voltar, you should definitely check out GameTech.us for HDMI NES mods. He is very closely involved with that. You should definitely, if you have one to do, like him and Voltar are the people to go to. I'm like yawning so much tonight.
I thought it would take a lot less time to get to a save point in this game. I probably shouldn't have started it, but I want to show more from it. So
in the story, he's basically holding two soul Reavers here. Every time two Soul Reaver swords come together, it creates a paradox, and time allows fate to change. That's why Mobius is being a coward. He allowed it to become over aroused. Man. My slow Reaver's a little over aroused. Sorry. That's when you know, like I'm really laughing. It's when that cough, like, really, I've been dealing with this. People probably thought I was gonna die for a second there.
Okay, so
Man,
that got you pretty good.
yeah. All right. I'd probably laugh a lot more if I wasn't afraid I was gonna like cough up a lung.
I don't even know how well that audio can be heard on the stream from the game.
I don't know. But he just says I allowed it to become over aroused.
Are you going to think of that every time you think of Soul
Absolutely.
Reaper now?
100%. Gamer's luck. That's just called. I'm pretty sure it's like allergies. Is what I've been dealing with, but maybe not. It's been getting a little bit better lately.
What are these pots? Can I do anything with them?
Cloves of garlic, is that going to make my cough go away? Or just like going to help my allergies? I'm getting real sick of it though. At least I'm getting real sick of coughing. What was the site again? Oh, for HDMI? You should check out GameTech US. .us, I think it is. Might be game-tech.us. Yeah, maybe I should see a doctor. It's been going on a little bit longer than I'm comfortable with. But usually, you know, like it's been a long time since I had like a cough like this.
I think I have to be in...
The fixed AVS cart connector will cost you $375. Make sure USB doesn't grab them while you can. There'll be no saying how many he has available. How hard is it to put that in?
Put in what?
There's like a fixed connector for the AVS. Because certain games, like the pins were not long enough to reach it.
Oh.
So he made a replacement.
I'm pretty sure when I opened up the system, I think the pin connector was just like on its own PCB that you could just like remove.
NES HDMI mod or AVS? Try's probably better. Yeah, it probably has a better opinion if you had to choose one.
I mean, I would definitely say the mod.
AVS is nice. I've had my what is it? What is my kid Dracula? What's like the Japanese name for Boku no Dracula or something?
Dracula Boku-kun or something.
Yeah, I've had that. I played it for like a minute, like a month and a half ago, and I've just like left it in my AVS ever since.
Man, I have no idea where to go. I don't know if I'm going to get to a save point or not.
All that time.
I know.
Can you just like pause it and save?
No, unless it's in options.
Try has both Splatoons. I do not.
I've only got physical of the second one though, because when the first one came out, I was kind of doing this thing where I was experimenting with getting like multiplayer focused games on Switch or Wii U as downloads. Because I thought, you want that quick and accessible, but did it actually change how often I play multiplayer games? Not really.
You did that with Mario Kart as well.
And Smash. But
really, with Smash?
I feel good about about it for Mario Kart now because it came out on Switch. But
you regret it with Smash?
I regret it with Smash and Splatoon because, to actually buy those games, even used, you're not going to find a better deal than $40 or $50.
Right.
I'm trying to look up where I go. Continue down.
I think that Cuphead is eventually going to get a physical release. I think it's going to get a definitive edition, like Ori and the Blind Forest got. I did buy Cuphead digitally. I have not played it yet. I should have streamed that tonight.
Oh yeah.
I got it on the Xbox One, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to get a physical release. Maybe in 8 months or something like that. But I had $25 sitting in my Xbox account for almost a year, specifically for it. I got a Xbox card for my birthday last year, and I was like, I'm just going to save this for Cuphead. Yeah, I saw the Lazy Game Reviews put Cuphead on a black and white TV. I sent that to try.
Yeah.
I have a HDMI to composite box. I know that he uses something like that and then goes to another
to an RF.
Yeah.
I have a composite to RF box.
Really?
But I think last time I looked for it, I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it definitely fits on there. And I thought that video that you did is just him turning it on, playing a level, and turning it off. I do wonder if like a video like that would like fit on our channel ever. Like we did something weird like that, where it's just like let it speak for itself.
Fun thing, but yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I mean, I don't know if people would be annoyed if we did stuff like that, but I mean, sometimes it's just like fun to show off some stuff. I think that as long as it's not taking the place of regular episodes, I think that we could probably do stuff like that here and there. You just gonna quit?
Is this a door? Oh my gosh, this is a door. It's so dark, I swear. There's got to be a better gamma calibration for PS2 for the FrameMeister. But then again, maybe it's just some games. I think I'm almost out of this area, though I still am not sure how you save.
It's almost midnight.
It's crazy. I started this game like just a few minutes after midnight. So this is why it's bad to stream games that you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see how you save.
Can you skip this cutscene?
No, you can only skip like rendered scenes. I guess I see where the first save point is in this walkthrough. But hopefully it won't be much trouble to get there. Well, I'm hurting.
Why don't you die now?
Yeah, after all this. Oh wow. I'm not taking the combat as seriously as I should either.
Well, we'll start like really planning for the extra life then. I think we can get some people to join us here and there throughout the entire marathon. Join us via Skype or whatever. I think it could be fun. Maybe we could even come up with some cool giveaways.
Yeah, who knows?
I can't even see anything in this.
Yeah, and it's like, am I supposed to see something? I wonder. Well, see, look, this place is great. This would be a great shot in the video.
Oh, right here? Yeah. There's got to be a safe spot, like right here.
Says, take a quick swim and head to the wheel-looking thing. There's a cutscene that explains checkpoints.
The extra life thing is like a is a marathon fundraiser thing. We would be doing a 24-hour stream, I think, between the two of us. I think it'd be fun. We'd figure out what we're gonna play, try and beat as many games as we could, probably. That's what we like to do. I have to figure out a way to make it more comfortable to wear headphones for that long.
Hold L2 and press X to jump out of water. That's weird.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn to me, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit.
I love how he has to
My soul
pontificate about the meaning of checkpoints. What did it say?
First 18 hours went really fast. The next 7. Try. What was like the longest marathon you've done? Was it the Sonic?
Probably the Sonic. Yeah, I mean that was probably between. I would say that was probably closer to like 30 hours.
Right. You did a thing where like if you reach certain goals, then you you add hour or time to it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that between the two of us, we could try to finish as many games as we could.
Oh, could this be the save point up here? What is this thing? There's a pad.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence.
Oh, here we go.
Simply touching the sun, I could safely preserve and imprint my soul, and thus create a manner
I could safely preserve my soul.
to resume my journey.
Oh, thank goodness. How do I operate it? Yes. We did it! Alright, that is... Alright, that's 7 games I've made save points in tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe not the most exciting idea for a stream we've ever had, but you know, it was practical and and helped us.
Yeah, we had the streams have like increased in popularity a bit again. Like it was kind of sitting around like 100, but it got up to like
I don't know what's going on. Did Game of Thrones end or something?
Yeah, like Game of Thrones ended a while ago.
No,
And I guess it'll go back down once Walking Dead comes back on the 22nd. So maybe that's it. But,
all right. Well, I guess that'll do for this week. Any last thoughts?
nothing.
Nothing.
I don't have anything. I think I put everything out there that I had it during this last 45 minutes or so.
All right. Well,
All right, we'll see everybody next week.
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Yep. Later.